start recording. So, Lyle, I apologize. The first 2 minutes have been commercial free. So, Lyle Lamb leading out in your two-wheel drive modified C main event. John Young in the 2, Helmrich in the 3, Salter in the 4, Chandler in the 5, Marshall in the center. Thank you, Diego. Easy there, Lyle.
Two minutes left.
Alrighty. Lyle Lamb leading out. John Young in the 2, first and second, working away. In front of the driver's stand, there is Lyle by the start-finish line. Here comes Young by the start-finish line. Helmrich in the 3 with 3:45 in, 1:15 to go. Again, I'll need at least 2 volunteer marshals after this race. At least 2 volunteer marshals after this race to help me out for my novice. And then after my novice main, I'll need about 3 to 4 volunteer marshals to help me out.
1 minute left.
50-50 rail grind out of Helmrich. Lyle Lamb leading out. John Young in the 2, Helmrich in the 3. Starting to wind this one down with under 40 to go. Drivers under 40 to go. Race number 2, Novice B Main. You are going to be up next. Novice B Main, you will be up next. Race number 3, 21.5 lock timing B Main. Be thinking about it. Under 25, drivers under 25. You were way early. You're not up for a long time. Starting to wind this down, less than 5. Lamb's going to get by for a white flag lap. And that will be time. Finish lap you're on. Lyle Lamb and Young. Looks like you're punching your dance card into that B main event. John Young, you are done. Brandon Chandler, you are done. Lee Helmrich, you are done. And waiting on your winner, Lyle Lamb. Taking the win, you are done. Lamb and Young, are you running your B main? Yes and yes. Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. Marshall, got those blowers?
The race is completed.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Race number 2, Novice B main event. Novice B main event. Coming up at you in less than 2. It's going to be Bedwell, Nielsen, Kiara, and Law. I will need at least 3 to 4 volunteer marshals after this race. At least 3 to 4 volunteer marshals after this race. All right, marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in. Roll them out, check them in. Marshals to your spots, please. Not bad. All right. Hey, Clint, can I get you on 7 for me, please? Right in the center. Center red. Thank you very much. Again, qualifying order will be Thomas Bedwell on the pole, Carson Nielsen in the 2, Parker Hauser on the 3, he went home, Kiara on the 4, and Gary on the 5.
1 minute to the start of the race. Thomas Bedwell.
If you can help me out with the next one, that would be great. Thank you, Jay. All right, no more laps. Go and get our cars lined up. No more laps. Go and get our cars lined up.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's go get our cars lined up. Go and get our cars lined up. Carson,
Nielsen.
you're over on spot number 2, right in front of me over here.
15 seconds to the
Novice
start of the race.
drivers, you're lining up on the grid over here. Novice drivers, you're lining up on the grid over here, please. Right where Jay's got his hand up.
Less than
Carson
5.
all the way forward. Perfect. 2.
Kiara Melvin.
Kiara, you're in spot number 4, right here.
Gary Law.
Perfect. Off the gas, Kiara. Hold the brake. Push it forward. There you go. And Gary, you're in 5. That is our novice B main. We're going to take 2 into the A main. So again, after this race, I am going to need probably about 4 volunteers at least. 4 volunteers to help me out. 1. Uno. 3 went home. All right, novice drivers, this is a heads-up race, so have a little fun, keep it clean. Don't go full-on boogie tilt into that first turn. Drivers ready at the sound of the tone. Nicely done. That's why good start, novice drivers. Good start. Race number 2 on track. Race number 3 going to be coming up at you next. That is my 21.5 lock timing B main. Leading us out right now is going to be Thomas Bedwell. Off the gas, kids. Off the gas. Off the gas. Bedwell leading us out, opening lap. In that 2 spot, it looks to be Kiara and Gary going at it. Gary in the 2, Kiara in the 3. There you go, Kiara, nice and smooth. Marshall out front, please. Marshall out front. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. Leading us out is going to be Thomas Bedwell. Marshall out front. Thank you, Ashley. Bedwell leading out. Looks like Gary in the 2, Kiara in the 3. Race number 2 on track. Race number 3, that will be my 21.5 lock timing B main. That'll be Hernandez, Price, Chandler, Clark, Brown, Manzanares, Hastings, Valencia, and Hastings. I will need 4 volunteer marshals after this race. 4 volunteer marshals after this race, at least, to help me out. Easy, Kiara. Easy, easy, easy. Drivers, you got 2:30 in, 2:30 to go. Rolling with race number 2. It is Bedwell on top. Bedwell rocking the red and white bug. Coming by timing and scoring right about now. In that 2 spot is going to be Carson. Carson rocking the all black with the black wheels. Gary in the 3, Kiara in the 4. 3 minutes in, 2 to go. 3 minutes in, 2 to go. Again, thanks for everyone coming on out. Don't forget, we got our signups for our 8th annual Desert Classic opening tomorrow at 12 o'clock. There will be a track build coming up the 3rd week of February. And then tail end of February, first weekend of March is your 8th annual Desert Classic. 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. It is Bedwell on top. Oh, boy. Marshall out front, please. With 4 minutes in, 1 to go. 4 minutes in, 1 to go. It is Bedwell leading out. Nielsen in the 2, Law in the 3.
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Under 30 seconds to go. Drivers under 30 seconds to go. Novice drivers, I'll need you guys back out on the track. Corner marshal for me. And again, I will need 4 volunteers. It is Bedwell leading out. Nielsen in the 2. They're looking to find their way into that A main event. For novice, that is going to be race number 5. On target. Bedwell leading out. Less than 5 drivers, less than 5. And everyone will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Everyone will be done when you cross the finish line. That is time. Finish lap, you are on. Whoa. You got to finish out your laps. Go, go, go. All right, Gary, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Taking the win, Thomas Bedwell and Carson. You guys are going to find your way into those A main event. Thomas, you are done. Waiting on Carson and Kiara. Waiting on 2, waiting on 2, waiting on 2. Kiara, you are done. Waiting on 1, waiting on 1. And that is a race. I'll stop, I'll stop. Mark's going to grab those blowers. Thomas and Carson, you are finding your way into that A main, race number 5. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate that. Novice drivers, turn your cars off. Coming back out. Find a marshalling spot for me, please. And again, I need 4 volunteer marshals. 4 volunteer marshals. Help me out, race number 3. Wherever you are available to go. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, marshals to your spots, please. Slow. Marshals to your spots. Carson, Kiara, and Gary. I need you on the track to corner marshal.
Greg Clark.
Carson, Kiara, and Gary. I need you guys on the track to corner marshal, please. You had marshals out there helping you guys out. I need you guys returning the favor. And thank you, Jay. Thank you, Anton. Let's go ahead and need a marshal top of the hill. Marshal top of the hill. Roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Qualifying on the pole will be Eric Hernandez. In the 2, Jerry Price. In the 3 will be Curtis Chandler. In the 4 will be Greg Clark. In the 5, Rich Brown. In the 6, Mike Manzanares. In the 7, Mike Hastings. In the 8, Nick Valencia. And on the 9 will be Luke Hastings.
1 minute to start the race.
Carson, you got to be quick on marshaling up here. You understand me? All right, buddy. Thank you.
Michael Manzanares. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, with that being said, no more laps, no more laps, no more laps. Let's go and get our cars lined up. No more laps.
"30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's go get our cars lined up. Hernandez on the pole, Price on the 2. Chandler on the 3, Clark on the 4.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Brown on the 5, Manzanares on the 6. All right. Novice drivers, I need you guys keeping your heads on a swivel stick, grabbing the cars quickly. Top two going to find their way into that A main at the sound of the tone. Keep it clean. Nicely done. Single file, single file. Game on, game on. Clark going for a wiggly-quiggly ride at the start. Got it off res, but no harm, no foul. So your pole sitter going to be Hernandez on top. Price in the 2, Brown in the 3. Chandler in the 4, Price pushing it sideways. Second, third, fourth, Marshall bottom of the hill. Thank you, Jay. Let's keep it clean, gentlemen. Keep it clean. You got to sit down. Thank you very much. That's okay. You get the lucky spot to sit down. Hernandez leading out. Brown in the 2, Price in the 3. Clark in the 4. Hastings in the 5. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. All working up the hill, going down the hill. Race number 4. That'll be my Mod Buggy B main event. You kids will be up next. Top two want to punch their dance card into that A main. It is Hernandez on top. Price in the 2. Brown in the 3. Thank you, Anton. Then it's going to be Clark. Oh, Brown slices the inside on Price. Finds his way into the top 2 now. So Eric Hernandez on top. Brown and Price going at it. Jumping away from the driver's stand. Price getting it wrong. Marshall in the center. Marshall in the center, please. This side, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side. It's Hernandez leading out. Brown in that 2 spot. Greg Clark in the 3. Now Clark and Brown going at it. Looks like Chandler in the 4. Hastings in the 5. 2 minutes in, 3 to go. 2 and 3 to go. Race number 4. To Ahmad B main. You heard it. Watch our front drivers. Clark getting it wrong. That's going to give Brown a huge sigh of relief. So now Brown got Hastings knocking, or excuse me, Valencia knocking on his back door. Price now moving up into the top 5. Leader on deck, the all blue. That is Eric Hernandez. Rich Brown in the 2. Clark in the 3. Now Price finding her way past Chandler. Setting her sights on Valencia now. Through the hill, up the hill, down the hill. Clark and Brown going to be going at it through the switchback section. Brown pushing it wide. Clark looks to the inside on the backside triple. With 3 and 2 to go. Hernandez
2 minutes left.
keeping it rubber side down in another zip code. Battle Royale for final transfer is going to be between Brown and Clark. Brown getting it wrong top of the hill. That puts Clark into the 2. Valencia into the 3. Marshall bottom of the hill. Marshall bottom of the hill. Nicely done. Carson. Marshall at the top. Marshall off the hill. That's all right. Mistakes happen. Don't worry about it. You didn't do it intentionally. I appreciate you. You go and sit on back down. You're good. I appreciate the hustle. Go and sit back down for me, though. Sit back down for me, though. Awesome job. Thank you very much. So back up front is going to be Eric Hernandez. Greg Clark in the 2. Price now into the 3.
1 minute left.
It's all right. No worries. I appreciate the hustle. It's like big cars. Just watch both ways before crossing the street. 4:15 in, 45 seconds to go. Hernandez leading out. Greg Clark in the 2. Jerry Price in the 3. Rich Brown in the 4. Watch top of the hill. With 35 seconds to go. Drivers 35 seconds to go. Up next, your two-wheel drive Bonafide B main event. Starring Cornwell, Wortman, Leffler, Long, Weir, Lastra. I don't know who else. A whole bunch of people. 15 seconds left to go. 15 seconds left to go. It is Eric Hernandez on top. Clark in the 2, Price in the 3. Oh, Clark gets into it with a back marker. Here comes Price. That's going to be the battle for the second spot. Jerry's going to get caught at the line with Clark. That is a race. Keep on rolling. Clark and Price, you are done. Marshall out front, Jay. Hastings, you are done. Waiting on a couple cards. Marshalls, don't go anywhere, please. The Manizarres, you're done. Brown, you are done. Valenci, Hernandez, and Hastings. That is the race. I'll stop. Eric Hernandez and Greg Clark, are you going and running your main events? Yes. Eric, are you running the A main? Yes, you are. All right, Marshals, grab those blowers.
The race is
Marshals,
completed.
grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Hernandez and Clark, you're finding your way into that A main event. Drivers from race number 3, turn them off, put them down. Come back out, find a marshalling spot. Race number 4, two-wheel modified B main event. You are on deck. Oh, I'm sure. Well, I got a lot of them out there. It's been noted to nothing being done, unfortunately. All right, race number 3 drivers. I need you guys on the track, please. Race number 3 drivers.
Keith Himmelman.
I need you guys
I love Jimmy
on the
left,
track,
left.
please. All right, we are cleared for takeoff. I need my marshals to
Garrett
your
Lester.
spots. Roll them out. Check them in. Qualifying
Tim
in the
Long.
10 spot. John Young in the 9. Lyle Lamb in the 8. Keith Himmelman in the 7. Vinny Pedersoli in the 6. Garrett Lastra in the 5. Paul Weir in the 4. Tim Long in the 3. Jimmy
One
Leff
away.
in the 2. Riley Wortman. And on the pole will be Kevin Cornwell. Okie dokie. Thank you.
I hate Paul Weir. Lyle Lamb.
Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Marshals to your spots.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Marshals to your
John
spots,
Young.
please. And with that, no more laps, no more laps, no more laps. Marshals to your spots, please. I need somebody on 0.
45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Mr. Hastings are going to come at you fast. You ready? All right, stay at top of the hill for me. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Top 2, finding your way into the big show. Sound of the
15
tone.
seconds to the start of the race.
Two-wheel mod, showing you how it's done. Single file, 10-car dance. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's get it up. Let's get it on. Leading us out is going to be Cornwell, Wortman, Leffler, and Long. We're pushing it sideways. Going to the inside, going to be Lastra up into the top 5. Leffler trying to find a way inside on Wortman off the top of the hill. Long trying to find a way to the inside. Let's keep it clean, gents. Nicely done. Live to fight another day. Out front, it is going to be Kevin Cornwell. Marshall out front. Hastings. Laster into the 2. Wortman into the 3. Leffler into the 4. Marshals, I need you guys watching those areas. And go, Riley. Good. Thank you very much. Kevin Cornwell leading out. Garrett Laster in the 2. Laster in the 3. Now Laster in the 2. Leffler in the 3. Wortman in the 4. Lamb, Young, Pedersoli. Well, the beginning started out really nice, and then you get into the middle of the track, and it's just no quarter given. Laster hooking up a pipe at the bottom of the hill. Leffler trying to find a way around, and he does. So now Leffler into the 2, Laster into the 3. Your leader right now is going to be Kevin Cornwell through the front section. That'll be leader working there. Keith, please hold your line. Thank you very much. So 1:45 in, 3:15 to go. Kevin Cornwell on top. Leffler in the 2. Laster in the 3. Wortman, Lamb, Young, Pedersoli, Weir. Hey, Tim, I'm sending you an air hug. 2 minutes in, 3 to go. 2 and 3 to go. Kevin Cornwell leading out. Watch in the center, watch in the center. Clear. Land put upside down. Young and Pedersoli going to go at it. Right now, Kevin Cornwell by the start-finish line up the hill. Going down the hill. In that 2 spot, going to be Jimmy Leff. Up the hill, going down the hill. Lastra and Wortman going at it 3rd and 4th. Race number 5. Novice A-main event. Novice A-main event. That is going to be a 10-car dance. You kids will be up next. Watching from the driver's stand, watching from the driver's stand, watching from the driver's stand, watching from the driver's stand. That was your leader. Here comes Leffler. So now Leffler got the zip tie in full retraction mode. That'll be leader working through there, VP. Nicely done. Here comes Lastra. And then Lastra and Leffler get into it. No harm, no foul. You guys are good. Game on, resume. Cornwell back up on top. Leffler into the 2. Here comes Wortman. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. By his timing and scoring, up the hill, going down the hill. 3:15 in, 1:45 to go. Watch it up front, drivers. Watch it up front. Keith, you'll have 2nd, 3rd, and 4th coming up on you next. Keith, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th coming up on you next. 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. And resume. Lastra and Wortman going at it, going down the hill. Your leader on deck is going to be Kevin Cornwell coming through Lamb and Young and Weir. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And resume. Now 2nd, 3rd, and 4th through the whip section they go with 4 minutes in. Wortman and Lastra going at it. Lastra gets it wrong, top of the hill. Wortman now into the 3. Leffler into the 2. Wortman hooking up a pipe. No harm on that. So it's a game on through the backside triple they go. Leffler in 2. Cornwell going up the hill, going down the hill. Leffler clinching it tighter than he's having to take somebody into the drunk tank. 30 seconds left to go. It is Kevin Cornwell on top. Jimmy Leff in that 2. Wortman in the 3. Thank you, John. Lastra and Wortman going at it through the whoop section. Lastra into the 3. Wortman going to drop it to the 4. Watch backside triple. Watch backside triple. It is clear and nicely done, VP, with under 20. Watch in the center, guys. Watch in the center. Cornwell leading out. That'll be leader in front of you, Paul. You know what to do. Nicely done. Thank you, Lyle. With less than 10, Leffler's going to get by for 1. Watch by start-finish line. Lastra's going to get by. Wortman's going to get by. And it is a race to the line with 2 and 1. And that is going to be time. You will be done when you cross the line. Who's it going to be? Cornwell going to take home the 9 spot. Leffler got to keep it rubber side down, working his way through the whoop section. And Marshall out front, please. Marshall out front. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Kevin Cornwell and Jimmy Leff.
The race is completed.
You're finding your way into that A-main. Cornwell and Leff, you're finding your way into that A-main. Race number 5, Novice A-main. Novice A-main. You are going to be up next. I'll need all 10 of these drivers back out on the track, please. All 10 of these drivers back out on the track, please. Novice A-main coming up at you next. Novice A-main coming up at you next. Hey, Paul Weir. Do you think you can call the modified A? Fantastic. Thank you very much. What? You bumped, so you're going to be 9th.
Brian Wells.
Huh? All right, let's go and roll them out. Check them in. Novice A-main event. Bumping in, qualifying in the 10 spot. Carson Nielsen in the 9. Thomas Bedwell in the 8. Owen Barnard in the 7. Griffin Gutman in the 6. Corey Helmrich in the 5. Jeremy Sanders in the 4. Xander Valencia in the 3. Tim Romero in the 2. Mike Nord. And on the pole will be Brian Wells. Novice A main coming at you right about meow.
1 minute to the start of the race. Mike Nord. Xander Valencia. Corey Helmrich. Tim Romero. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, and with that being said, no more laps. Need my marshals their spots, please.
Thomas Manuel.
Mr.
30 seconds to the
Sanders,
start of
is
the
it
race.
fixable? All right, you got a minute. Let's go get our cars lined up.
Griffin Gutman.
Once again, Brian Wells on the pole.
15
Mike
seconds to
Nord
the start
in
of
the
the
2.
race.
Tim Romero in the 3. Xander Valencia in the 4. Sanders is got a quick mechanical. Corey Helmrich in the 6.
Less than 5. Carson Nielsen.
Gutman in the 7. Barnard in the 8. Bedwell in the 9. And Nielsen on the 10. You're exactly where you need to be. Perfect. We'll give Mr. Sanders a couple more seconds. Again, thank you to my Tool Modified drivers, all being out there ready to go. Appreciate that. Race number 6, Stadium Truck. Coming up at you next. Stadium Truck coming up at you next. If you have a tab inside the store, pop on in there, get that handled and taken care of. You don't want the Panda coming after you. Novice drivers, remember, if you get into somebody, you need to stop and let that position be taken back. Keep it rubber side down. Have a little fun. I've already been holding on. Thank you, Lyle. Fantastic. All right, novice drivers. You guys are going to go at the sound of the tone. And we are off and running. Nice, good start. One there for you, Riley. Appreciate that. Oh, boy, watch out behind you there, Kevin. Brian Wells is going to be leading out our opening lap. Sanders, Romero, and Nord all going at it. Valencia, Gutman. Helmrich. Marshall, bottom of the hill. Thank you, Riley. Race number 6, Stadium Truck A main event. Going to be coming up at you next. Stadium Truck A main. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. Marshall, bottom of the hill. Thank you, Riley. Oh, and that car is broken. Popped off both ball cups. Whoa. All right, we are rolling with race number 5. This is our novice A main. Marshall out front, please. Thank you, Jimmy. Easy, Carson. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. It is clear. Leading out is going to be Brian Wells. In that 2 spot, going to be Tim Romero. Xander Valencia in the 3. Griffin in the 4. Keep it clean, Thomas. Nicely done. Good job, novice guys. 10-car dance. Watch it out front, guys. Watch it out front. Marshall, bottom of the hill. Riley, one bottom of the hill. One bottom of the hill. Thank you, Riley. 2 minutes in, 4 to go. 2 minutes in, 4 to go. Whoa. Easy, Griffin. Race number 5 on track. Race number 6, Stadium Truck A main event. 10-car dance coming up at you next. I'll need all 10 of these novice drivers out to help me out marshaling. It is Brian Wells leading out. Thank you, Riley. Tim Romero in the 2. Griffin Gutman in the 3. Rolling with race number 5. This is my novice A main event 10-car dance coming at you on a full send Saturday. Watching the floater double. Watch floater double. Floater double is clear. It is Brian Wells on top. Romero, Valencia, and Helmrich going at it. Watch it by timing and scoring. Watch it by timing and scoring, guys. Watch by timing and scoring. Got a dead car. Drivers, you got 4 minutes in, 2 to go. 4 minutes in, 2 to go. Race number 6 coming at you next. 6 coming at you next.
2 minutes left.
Thank you, Garrick. Brian Wells leading out. Tim Romero in that 2 spot. Romero right now rocking the yellow and blue. By timing and scoring right now. Xander Valencia with the blue and white. Watching the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Watch backside triple. Watch backside triple. Watch backside triple, guys. Watch backside triple. Started out so well. Oh boy. With a minute 15 to go, drivers, minute 15 to go. It is Brian Wells leading out. Tim Romero in that 2 spot. Xander Valencia in the 3. Corey Helmrich in the 4. Griffin Gutman in the 5. Nord in the 6. Barnard in the 7. Watching the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Tim. With under 40 to go, drivers, under 40 to go, under 40 to go. Race number 7. Be thinking about it. Race number 6, Stadium Truck A main event coming up at you next. Stadium Truck A main coming up at you next. That's race number 6. With 25 seconds to go, drivers, 25 seconds to go. Thank you, Paul. That car is broken. Broken. Less than 15, drivers, less than 15. That's not going to pop back on. With 2 and 1, everyone will be done when you cross our finish line. Corey Helmrich, you are done. Xander Valencia, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Thomas, you are done. Tim, you are done. Waiting on a couple cars. Mike, you are done. Brian, you are done. Taking the win. Waiting on 2. Waiting on 2. Marshals, don't go anywhere, please. Waiting on 2. Griffin, you are done. And Owen, you are done. That is a race. All stop. Marshals, go and grab those blowers. Novice drivers, turn off your cars. Come on back out. Find a marshaling spot. I should have all you kids back out here to corner marshal for me, please.
Transponder 5308532.
Novice drivers, I need you guys back on the track, please. Novice drivers, I need you guys back on the track, please. It's my 10
Transponder
car Stadium Truck A
8973371.
main event. Let's go ahead and roll them
Transponder
out, check them in, roll them
8973371.
out, check them in,
Transponder
kids.
308532.
Absolutely. Always. All right, novice drivers, I need you guys back on the track, please. Novice drivers, back on the track, please. All right, I got Valencia there, Thomas there, Gutman there.
Chase Hastings. Riley
Romero
Clark.
there.
Chase
We
Williford.
are looking good. Thank
Greg Clark.
you.
Scott Spear. Brandon Bennett. Dylan Dodge.
Mr. Sanders,
Kyle
you
Ash.
want to help me out at the top of the hill with Xander? All right, no more laps,
Luke
no more
Hastings.
laps, no more laps. It is going to be Brian Wells on the 10, Luke Hastings on the 9, Riley Clark on the 8, Jace Hastings on the 7, Brandon Bennett on the 6, Dylan Dodge on the 5, Greg Clark on the 4, Chase Williford on the 3,
Brian Wells.
the Spear of Scott on 2, and Kyle Ash on the pole. We got our cars lined up. Mr. Clark, you're on spot number 4. Fabulous. All right, we are cleared for takeoff.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Thomas, I need you focusing on cone 5, please, okay? Thank you. Watch for oncoming traffic for me, buddy. Driver's ready, marshal's ready. You guys are going to go. Sound of the tone. All right, we are off and running. Stadium truck. Let's keep it clean. Nicely done. Beautiful. Stadium truck A main, 6 minute of fun and frivolity coming at you. Ash, Spear, Williford, Clark, Bennett, Hastings, Clark. Somebody and somebody. Watching for the driver's stand. It is clear. Race number 7. Short course A main coming up at you next. Short course A main coming up at you next. Good job, Thomas. Leading out is going to be Kyle Ash. Spear in the 2. Williford in the 3. Clark, Bennett, Clark, Dodge, Hastings all going at it. Right now, your leader, Kyle Ash, working his way through the whoop section. Spear through the whoop section. They're coming up on Hastings and Wells. Now the leader and second working with you. Williford now starting to work up on the back door of Spear. 1 minute in, 5 to go. 1 in, 5 to go. Marshal out front, please. I need a marshal out front. Opposite side, opposite side. Nicely done. Thank you, Mr. Barnard. Appreciate that. Kyle Ash leading out. Spear in the 2. Williford in the 3. Hastings and Hastings, you'll have second coming up on you next. You know what to do. Nicely done. Race number 7. Short course A main event. You're going to be up next. Short course A main. You're going to be up next. Kyle Ash leading out. Marshall bottom of the hill. Thank you, Xander. That'll be third working with you. Nicely done, guys. And resume. Kyle Ash leading out, working his way through the whoop section he goes. He's starting to stretch out a little bit of lead on Spear. Watch bottom of the hill. Watch it out front into the whoops. Watch coming into the whoops. Watch coming into the whoops. It is clear. Thank you, Tim. It is Kyle Ash on top. Scott Spear in that 2 spot. Chase Williford in the 3. Bennett in the 4. Clark in the 5. Riley Clark in the 6. Dodge in the 7. Hastings, Wells. Watch top of the hill. It is clear. Kyle Ash coming up on Hastings. That'll be leader, and Hastings the leader with you. Nicely done. You guys don't have to stop. Just hold your lines. He'll find a way around. Just letting you know who's coming up on you. Good job, guys. 3 in, halfway home. Ash leading out through the backside triple. Watch coming into the whoops. Watch coming into the whoops. It is clear. Looks like Wells got the variable camber in the front end of the car. Williford in the 3, Bennett in the 4. 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. Race number 6 on track. Race number 7. Short course, A main. Be thinking about it. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front.
Two minutes left.
Race number 7. Watch coming in the front side double. Watch coming in the front side double. It is clear. Nicely done, Thomas. Good job. 4:15 in, 1:45 to go. 4:15 in, 1:45 to go. Watch on the floater double. Watch on the floater double. Thank you, Mr. Romero. Race number 6 on track. Race number 7 coming at you next. Race 7 coming at you next. Kyle Ash on top. Scott Spear in the 2. Williford in the 3. It is Kyle Ash on top. Scott Spear in that 2 spot. Williford in the 3. Bennett in the 4. 5 minutes in, 1 to go. 5 minutes in, 1 to go.
1 minute
Bennett in
left.
the 4. Dodge in the 5. Riley Clark in the 6. Hastings and Hastings, 7 and 8. Greg Clark in the 9. Leader right now working his way through the switchback section. Going up the hill into the backside triple. He's got about 2.5 seconds on Spear. He pushes it sideways, gets into Clark. Yeah, no worries. We are rolling with race number 6. Race 7, short course, A main event. You are going to be up next. With 25 seconds to go, drivers, 25 seconds to go. It is Ash by the start finish line, Spear by the start finish line. Under 15 to go, under 15 to go. Williford in tow as well. Watch coming in, jump away. That'll be time. Finish the lap. You are on. Kyle Ash. Got you at the line. You are done. Bennett, you are done. Spear, you are done. Williford done. Luke Hastings, you are done. Greg Clark, you are done. Riley Clark, you are done. Need a Marshall by the start finish line. Jace, you are done. And waiting on 1. That is a race. I'll stop. I'll stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Marshall's grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Marshall, grab your blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Race number 7. Short course A main coming up at you next. Short course A main coming up at you next. After race number 7, I will need about 2 to 3 volunteers. After 7, I'll need about 2 to 3 volunteers, please. Thomas goes to cone 6. Next yellow cone in line. Thanks, buddy. Stadium truck drivers, I need you guys back out on the track, please. Stadium truck drivers, I need you guys back out on the track. Carson goes to cone number 1. Awesome, good job. All right, let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Qualifying in the 5 spot, Tom Cox. In the 4, David Franson. In the 3, Dave Fout. In the 2, Chase Williford. On the pole will be Kyle Ash. I got all my marshals on the track. Greg, you get a reprieve.
1 minute to the start of the race. David Franson.
All right. With that being said, no more laps. Going to get our cars lined
45
up.
seconds to the start of the race.
Ash, Williford, Franson, Cox. Looks like we're down to a 3-car dance, so I am going to need. Good dokie. I am going to need quite a few volunteers after this race. Quite a few volunteers after this race. Yeah, people dropping like flies. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Going to the sound. of the tone. All right, we are locked and loaded with our short course A-main event. Kyle Ash leading us out. Williford in the 2. Franson in the 3. I am going to need about 4 volunteers, 4 or 5 volunteers after this race to help me marshal. Thank you very much. So I will need some volunteer marshals after this race. I'll need some volunteer marshals after my 17.5 expert A-main.
What's up, sexy?
No, he's leaving. Race number 7 on track. Race number 8. That'll be my 21.5 lock timing A-main. Coming up at you next. Again, I am going to need these 3 drivers and at least 4 to 5 volunteers to help me out. 4 to 5 volunteers to help me out with the next race on marshaling. Drivers, you got 2:30 in, 3:30 to go. Kyle Ash on top. Williford in the 2. Franson in the 3. Ash right now going up the hill, going down the hill. In that 2 spot's going to be the all black with the white wheels of Williford. In that 3 is going to be the orange with the white wheels of Franson. Race number 8. 21.5 lock timing A-main event coming up at you next. 21.5 lock timing A-main coming up at you next. Kyle Ash working his way through the switchback section. Williford working his way through the switchback section. Hey, you out-qualified your brother. Race number 7 on track. Race number 8. Going to come up at you next. Ash leading out. Williford in that 2. Franson into 3. Again, thank you to everyone coming out today. Hopefully you all had a fun time on our Full Send Saturday. Just a little over 100 entries, so appreciate everyone coming on out and enjoying their time with us.
Two minutes left.
Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. .430 in, 130 to go. 430 in, 130 to go. It is Ash, Williford, and Franson. Your running order. Race number 8. 21.5 lock timing, A-main event coming up at you next. 21.5 lock timing, A-main coming up at you next. I'll need these 3 drivers and at least 4 to 5 volunteer marshals to help me out. 4 to 5 volunteer marshals to help me out.
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Less than a minute to go. It is Ash on top. Williford in the 2, Franson in the 3. Race number 8, 21.5 lock timing. A main event. You will be up next. Under 30 drivers, under 30. Thomas. 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 It's Ash leading out. Williford in the 2, Franson in the 3. With less than 5, everybody will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Time has expired. Taking the win will be Kyle Ash. Williford in the 2, Franson in the 3. And that is the race. I'll stop. Marshall, going to grab those blowers.
The race is completed.
Start blowing off your areas, please. Carson, it comes forward to number 6. Thank you very much.
Mike Caller. Bob Goodwill.
All right, short course drivers, I need you guys on the track, please.
Brandon
Short course
Chandler.
drivers, need you guys back on the track.
Dylan Newberg.
Carson goes to cone number 6, right there. Cone number 6.
Eric Hernandez.
Carson, cone 6, right there. Thank you. What are you doing? Nope. Carson.
Greg Clark.
Yes,
1 minute to the
but
start of the race.
I now need to reblow off the corner. I got it.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, drivers from short course. I need you guys on the track. Roll them out. Check them in. Check them in. Qualifying in the 10 spot, Greg Clark. In the 9, Eric Hernandez. In the 8, Brandon Chandler. In the 7, Jace Hastings. In the 6, Mike Caller. In the 5, Anton Morissette. In the 3, in the 4, Riley Clark. In the 3, Bob Goodwill. In the 2, Dylan Newberg. And on the pole will be James Maxwell.
Less than 5.
I need 2 volunteer marshals, please. I need 2
Riley Clark.
volunteer
James
marshals,
Maxwell.
please. 2 volunteer
Man on fire.
marshals. 2 volunteer marshals, please. No more laps. I need somebody on 1. And I need somebody on cone number 3. Thank you, Justin. I need somebody on cone 3 in front of the driver's stand. And Mr. Chandler, slide a little closer to cone 5. Beautiful. Diego, you got a reprieve. Or actually, you got it. Leffler is going to take a knee. All right, 21.5, lock timing, a main event. Here the cars lined up. All right, we are cleared for takeoff. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Y'all know the routine, going to the sound of the tone. Newberg getting it wrong. Let's keep it clean. Restart. Gentlemen, when you get so out of shape, let off the gas. Restart. Line the cars back up, please. All right. Let's try this one more time. Y'all know the routine at the sound of the tone. All right, long 6-minute main event. Plenty of time to make things happen. You guys keep it rubber side down. It's going to be Newberg leading out. Clark in the 2, Goodwill in the 3, Caller in the 4. Caller trying to find his way around. Goodwill pushing it wide. Newberg on top. Goodwill, Clark, Caller. Hernandez, Morissette, Hastings, Maxwell, Chandler. Race number 9, 17-5, lock timing, A-Main coming up at you next. Watch out front. Thank you, Mr. Chandler. Appreciate that. So back out up front, going to be the all green and purple of Newberg. Up the hill, down the hill. Clark getting it wrong, bottom of the hill. Now drops him down a spot in that. Here comes Hernandez. Riley, keep it clean, buddy. Watch it out front, guys. Watch it out front. Watch it out front. Thank you, Kyle. Maxwell now making his way up into the top 5 now. With Morissette, Chandler, Clark. Leader on deck is going to be the all green and purple of Dylan Newberg. Caller in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. Hernandez in the 4. Maxwell in the 5. 2 minutes in, 4 to go. 2 and 4 to go. Race number 9. 17-5 lock timing. A main event coming up at you next. 17-5 locked. A coming at you next. .215 in, 3:45 to go. Dylan Newberg leading out. Pick up Newberg right now, working his way through the backside triple. In that 2 spot, going to be Caller, 3.1 back. Goodwill in the 3. Hernandez in the 4. Maxwell in the 5. Hernandez pushing it upside down. And it's going to be Maxwell, Morissette, Hastings, 5th, 6th, 7th. Chandler in the 8. Newberg right now leading out. Got second way there, Greg. Thank you very much. Caller in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. 3 in, halfway home. Race number 9, 17-5 lock timing, A main event. You Cats are coming up next. Dylan Newberg leading out. Mike Caller dropping it down to 1.5. Yeah, and he gets hooked up pipe. Marshall help out front. That was Caller. He's going to drop a spot. Now Goodwill going to pick up the 2. Caller into the 3. Hernandez in the 4. Maxwell in the 5. Hastings in the 6. 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. Leader, green, yellow, and purple. By the start-finish line, he goes. 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. Maxwell getting it wrong on the backside triple. That's going to move Hastings now into the top 5. Maxwell to the 6. 3:45 in, 2:15 to go. Marshall by start-finish line. Clear, thank you, Diego. 4 minutes in, 2 to go. 4 in, 2 to go.
2 minutes left.
Caller now up into the top 2 again. Goodwill going to drop it to the 3. Rough lap out of Goodwill. With 4 minutes in, under 2 to go. Under 2 to go. Newberg bopping in the clean air. Caller in the 2. Was 4.2 back. This time by going to be 2.7. So Caller definitely has the speed, but does he have enough time left on the clock? And then Maxwell and Morissette going at it through the whoop section. That's going to be for 6th and 7th. 1:30 to go, 1:30 to go. Mr. Chandler, that'll be second coming up on you next. You know what to do. 1:20 left to go, drivers. 1:20 left to go. Watch at the bottom of the hill. It is clear. Newberg putting it upside down. Here comes Caller. with a minute left on the clock. Newberg and Caller jumping away from the driver's stand right now, coming into
1
the
minute
whoop
left.
section. Gap was 3.1. Now it's going to be 0.7 of a second. Goodwill on the outside looking in. He's only about a second and a half off that lead pack. And then Morrison and Maxwell going at it still for 6th and 7th with under 45 to go. Drivers under 45 to go. Race 8 on track. Race 9, 17.5 lock timing. A main event. Mr. Chandler, that'll be third to work with you. Please hold your line. Under 30. Newberg and Caller going up the hill, coming into the backside triple. Newberg puts it up on 2 wheels. Sends it on the backside triple. Caller keeping it rubber side down. Newberg gets it in the fluff. Caller now going to take over the top spot with under 15 to go. Watch it off the floater double. Thank you, Mr. Franson. And Newberg puts it upside down. Here comes Goodwill with less than 5. Newberg and Goodwill going at it through the switchback section. They're battling it out in the final closing. Time has expired. Anton, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Caller taking the win. You are done. Clark, you are done. Here comes the battle for second and third. Who's got it? Who wants it? Newberg and Goodwill. Newberg's going to take home second. Goodwill going to drop it in the top 3. Waiting on everybody else. Chandler, you are done. Let's keep it clean, gentlemen. Keep it clean. Hastings going to take it out over Hernandez. Waiting on Maxwell, and that is a race. I'll stop.
The race is completed.
Marshall's going to grab your blowers, taking the win. Mike Caller, Dylan Newberg in the 2, Goodwill in the 3. Hastings, Hernandez, Maxwell, Morissette, Clark, Chandler, and Clark. Rounding out my top 8. Race number 9, 17.5 lock timing, A main event. You will be up next. 17.5 lock timing, A main. You will be up next. I will need all my drivers from race 8, other than those that cannot marshal.
John Young.
Out on the track for me, please. All right, let's go and get them turned off. Come on back out. Find a marshaling spot. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. In that 10 spot, Dave Rosen. Let's go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Marshals to your spots. In the 10 spot, Dave Rosen. In the 9, Chris Knowlton. In the 8,
Brandon Bennett.
Ashley Lamb. In the 7, Nils Clinshaw. In
Nils
the
Clinshaw.
6, Bob Goodwill. In the 5, Morris Davis. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. That would be Mr. Chandler that I'm looking at. Marshals to your spots, please.
CJ.
You guys know the
Chris
routine.
Malton. Bob Goodwill.
Plant your butts by a
1 minute to
cone.
the start of the race. Dave Rosen. Ashley Lamb. Jay Heldorfer.
Goodwill in the 6, Davis in the 5, Young in the 4, Heldorfer in the 3, no more laps. Bennett in the 2, man on the pole.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Morris Davis.
Marshals to your spots, please. You know, Marshall in front of timing and scoring.
Thirty seconds to the start of the race. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Jesus. Love these ball cups. How'd you manage to pop that off, Dave? Just need a pair of pliers. Top. There we go. Arm down. Yeah. Good talk. Dave, why can't you have real pliers? All right, 17-5 lock timing, A main event. Coming at you at the sound of the tone. Nicely done. Marshall, bottom of the hill. We are cleared. 6 minutes of excitement. I am going to need lots of volunteer marshals after race number 10. Lots of volunteer marshals after race number 10. To help me out for my two-wheel drive modified A main event, leading us out is going to be CJ Mann. Bennett in the 2. Watch coming into the whip section. Watch coming into the whip section. Watch coming in the bottom of the double. Watch coming in the bottom of the double. Maxwell getting the workout early on. It is Mann, Bennett, Davis, Knowlton. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. And Mr. Maxwell. Want to stand closer to the cone for me, please? Thank you very much. 1 minute in, 5 to go. 1 in, 5 to go. It is CJ Mann leading out. Brandon Bennett in the 2. Morris Davis in the 3. Knowlton in the 4. Young, Clenshaw, Lamb, Heldorfer, Goodwill, and Rosen. Watch coming in the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Riley. Young and Clenshaw going at it for 5th and 6th. Watch coming in the backside triple. It is clear. CJ Mann on top. Brandon Bennett in the 2. Coming up on Heldorfer. Rosen. That is leader in second. Work with you guys. Please hold your line. Watch bottom of the hill. Davis hooking up a pipe. Now Knowlton going to find his way into the top 3. So 3rd and 4th will be Knowlton and Davis going up the hill, down the hill. Your leader by the start-finish line, that is CJ Mann. In the 2 spot is going to be Brandon Bennett coming up on Dave Rosen. That will be second working with you. Thank you very much. Then 3rd and 4th will be Knowlton and Davis. Marshall top of the hill. Marshall top of the hill. It is clear. Lamb and Clenshaw going at it for 6th and 7th. Leader right now working up the hill, coming up on Bob Goodwill. That'll be leader working with you. Thank you very much. 2:15 in, 3:45 to go. 2:15 in, 3:45 to go. It is CJ Mann on top. Bennett in the 2. Knowlton in the 3. There's Knowlton by the back triple. Watch bottom of the hill. Then it's going to be John Young in the 4. Davis in the 5. In that 6 is going to be Lamb. Clenshaw in the 8. In the 7. With 3 in, halfway home. Clenshaw and Heldorfer going at it. Let's keep it clean, gentlemen. Keep it clean. Nicely done. .315 in, 2:45 to go. 3:15 in, 2:45 to go. It is CJ Mann leading out. Brandon Bennett in the 2. Knowlton in the 3. Young in the 4. Lamb, Heldorfer, Goodwill. Rosen and Young going at it. No, they're not. Sorry about that. Marshall by start finish line. Marshall by start finish line. It is clear. That'll be second working there, Bob. Please hold your line.
Two minutes left.
Bennett spinning around. Still got a pretty decent lead in that 2 spot. Now Lamb and Davis going at it. Heldorfer and Goodwill going at it. Watch bottom of the hill. It is clear. So now Morris Davis in the 5, Lamb in the 6, Heldorfer in the 7, Goodwill in the 8. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. 4:30 in, 1:30 to go. 4:30 in, 1:30 to go. Oh, Lamb getting it wrong in the back triple. That's going to give Davis a little bit of breathing room. Heldorfer going to pick up a spot. Lamb and Goodwill going at it. 5 minutes in, 1 to go. Leader still going to be CJ Mann off on a tear. Bennett in the 2, John Young in the 3. Bennett up the hill, Young up the hill. 45 seconds to go, 45 seconds to go. Davis and Heldorfer get into it. Nicely done, Morris. That's what I love to see. Good sportsmanship. Marshall by start-finish line, please. Clear. With 35 seconds to go, drivers, 35 seconds to go. Race number 10, 17.5 Expert A main event. You will be up next. Watch it out front, drivers, watch it out front. With under 20, again, after race number 10, I am going to need quite a few volunteer marshals to help me out with the Mod A main. Quite a few volunteer marshals to help out the Mod A main. Watch bottom of the hill. It is clear. With less than 5, drivers less than 5, everyone will be done when you cross the start-finish line. That is time. And Goodwill, you are done. Lamb, you are done. Heldorfer, you are done. Bennett in the 2, you are done. Rosen, you are done. Waiting on a couple cars. Marshals, don't go anywhere, please. CJ Mann, you are done. Davis, you are done. Knowlton, you are done. Waiting on Young. And that is a race. All stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Start blowing off the track for me. All right, drivers from race number 9. I need all 9 of you back out on track. Hey, Paul.
Papa Smoke. 2-2. Lil Raccoon.
Race number 10. This is my 17.5 Expert A main event.
Been there, done that.
Drivers from race number 9, I need you guys out around the track, please. Drivers from race 9, I need you guys out around the track. I got Nils over there. Thank you, Nils. Appreciate you being over there. Young there, Man there. All right, let's get our blowers to their spots. Marshals to your spots. Thank you, my dear. Let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Diego Bettencourt on the 6, Evan Fertig on the 5, Riley Schaefer on the 4, Brian Day on the 3, Willie Smith on the 2, Chase Boyd
1 minute to the start of
on
the
the pole.
Chicken nugget.
Again, after this race, I am going to need I am going to need at least 4 volunteer marshals, at least 4 volunteer marshals. 4 volunteer marshals. Watching the backside triple, watch backside triple.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Thank you, Brandon. I do appreciate that. No more laps, no more laps, no more laps. We've got our cars lined up. Race number 10. 17.5 Expert two-wheel drive, A main event.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
6 minutes of pure, unadulterated excitement. And
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Apache going to be taking a knee on this one. So, all right. Drivers ready, marshals ready, going at the sound of the tone. All right, we are loaded. Boyd leading us out. Willie in the 2, Day in the 3, Schaefer in the 4, Fertig in the 5. Race number 10 on track. Race number 11, two-wheel drive, modified A main event. Coming up at you next. That is a 10-car dance. I'll need Schaefer, Day, Smith, and I will need at least 4 volunteers. I got Bennett already going to be out there, so I am going to need 4 volunteers. I'll need all 8 spots covered with some live bodies. So we are rolling with Chase Boyd on top. Willie Smith in the 2, 0.6 of a second back. Brian Day in the 3. Fertig in the 4. Schaefer in the 5. Schaefer taking the option line. Didn't quite pan out like he was thinking. Chase Boyd going to be leading out. Willie Smith in the 2, 0.7 of a second. Going to be a gap between leader and second. Working their way through the switchback section. Right now through the whoop section, your leader and second. Working up the hill, going down the hill. That is Chase Boyd. Willie Smith in that 2 spot. Day in the 3, Fertig in the 4. 0.8 of a second gap. Through the backside triple they go. Boyd getting it wrong. Smith getting on the binders. Finds a way around. Now he works his way by timing and scoring. Willie Smith going to lead out. Chase Boyd in the 2. Day in the 3. Race number 11, 2-wheel drive modified. Coming at you next. Smith hooks up a pipe. Now Boyd going to find his way back up into the top spot. It is Boyd, Smith, Day, Fertig. 2 minutes in, 4 to go. 2 in, 4 to go. Boyd getting it wrong, coming on that short shoot again. Smith able to capitalize under braking. Coming through the whoop section they go. Smith and Boyd through the switchback section, both clipping up on 2 wheels. Through the dot section. Chase Boyd on top. Willie Smith in that 2 spot. Smith trying to gain in under braking. Going up the hill, going down the hill. Boyd keeping the door closed. Day in the 3, Fertig in the 4. Boyd getting it wrong again, coming through there, giving Smith a looky-loo inside. Going top of the hill. Race number 11, 2-wheel drive modified, coming up at you next. Race 11, 2-wheel mod, coming up at you next. We'll have Tier 3 Paul Weir up here to announce our race. Again, I will need several volunteer marshals to help me out. 3:10 in, 2:50 to go. All eyes on the battle up front. Boyd and Smith. Going up the hill, going down the hill. Through the floater double. Through the dots. Boyd pulls out a little bit. Smith gains ground on that backside triple. Sends it into the corner. Through the whip section they go. $18,971 to an $18,992. 3:45 in, 2:15 to go. Day in the 3. Now Fertig and Schaefer going at it for 4th and 5th. So that'll be a battle shaping up right there.
Two minutes left.
Drivers, you got 4 minutes in, 2 to go. 4 in, 2 to go. Rolling with race number 10. Race number 11. Oh, Smith hooks up a pipe. We're right there to get him. $4:15 in, 1:45 to go. Chase Boyd through the backside triple. Now Fertig and Schaefer going at it. Schaefer doing a little accident avoidance. Battling it out for 4th and 5th. Chase Boyd up the hill, down the hill, coming into that back floater double. Smith up the hill, down the hill, backside floater double. Again, I am going to need 4 volunteer marshals after this race. 4 volunteer marshals after this race to help me out. Boyd gets it wrong. Smith not there to capitalize. With 5 minutes in, 1 to go. 5 minutes in, 1 to go.
One minute left.
Race number 10 on deck. Chase Boyd leading out. Willie Smith in the 2. Day in the 3. Fertig and Schaefer going at it. They're going at it for 4th and 5th. Going up the hill, down the hill. They've got Chase Boyd in tow. Smith starting to get back up on the back door. Through the switchback section. Fertig gets it wrong. Schaefer now going to find his way up into the top 4 now. And here comes Smith. He's mounting a challenge with under 30 to go, top of the hill. Here, 1st and 2nd through the floater double. Smith and Boyd through the switchback section, going up the hill, through the floater, backside triple, jumping onto that short shoot away from the driver's stand, coming into the whoop section. Smith grabbing a fistful of throttle by the start-finish line. Through the hill they go. With less than 5, this will be everyone's final lap. It's going to be a run to the line. Who's got it? Who wants it? Time has expired. Coming in the backside triple. Who's got it? Who wants it? Boyd and Smith. Coming into the whoop section. Who's got it? Boyd keeps it collected. Willie into the 2. Marshall out front, please. Marshall out front. Waiting on Schaefer. That is a race. I'll stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. And again, I am going to need at least 4 volunteer marshals to help me out with the next race. 4 volunteer marshals. Help me out with the next race, please.
Richard, you were doing water every race, right?
Yep. Water goes on, please.
All right, drivers from that last race, please find a marshaling spot. If we could get a few volunteers, we're going to need them so we can keep the program moving. We're almost done. So, Anton, appreciate it. Diego, appreciate it.
Transponder 85448552.
Papache, appreciate it.
Transponder 2628020. Transponder 85448552.
All right, marshals to your areas,
Transponder
please, so we get these guys
3482000.
checked in.
Transponder 7597794.
I got
Transponder
Anton
3390446.
there, Riley going over there, Day there. Okay, I just need 1 volunteer marshal at number 7. All right, guys, let's get them checked in.
Transponder 339059779. Transponder 2628020.
All right, this is your A-main for 2-wheel drive modified.
Billy Fisher. Scott Spear. Jacinth Yalawaz. Spencer Rivkin. Candy Corn. Orange. Zippy. I hate Paul Weir. Chicken Nugget.
All right, I just need Evan to get across the line, and then we should be ready to launch this one here. Fertig, where is Fertig? Are you running it? Okay. All right, guys, let's get them gridded in. Waiting on Evan. He's back to back, so let him get a lap in, and then Evan, just don't crash into anybody. Rivkin, Boyd, Lake, those top 3. Then Justin, Spear, Billy, 4, 5, and 6. Fertig's in the 7. Sanchez in the 8. Cornwall in the 9. Jimmy left in that
1
10.
minute to the start of the race.
Just go across the line. It doesn't matter, I guess.
Evan Fertig.
All right. You don't need a lap or anything, Evan?
45 seconds to the start of the
All
race.
right, you guys know the routine. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Keep it clean in that first corner, going at the sound of the tone. All right, lots of craziness happening, but everybody's pretty spread out now on that first turn. All right, Rivkin's leading us out. He's in that back triple. Chase Boyd on his tail as they head into the center of the track. Rivkin in that 1, Boyd in the 2. Then you've got Richard Lake, Justin, and Scott Spear. Those are your top 5. Justin gets it wrong going into after the rumble strips. That's going to put him way behind. Rivkin and Boyd are doing a semi-breakaway here as they head into that back triple. You got Richard Lake in that 3. Scott Spear in that 4. Justin holding on to that 5 spot. Scott Leffler on his tail, though, right now. Boyd and Rivkin are 1 and 2, or excuse me, Rivkin, Boyd 1 and 2 right now. Lake in that 3. Spear in the 4. Justin in the 5. Rivkin up the hill, down the hill. Over the little double here. Chase Boyd in tow as they head into that back triple. Cornwall getting it wrong in the center there. Thank you, Mapache. Rivkin through the rumble strips. Boyd through the rumble strips. They head in front of the drivers, or the RD. Rivkin rolls it over, manages to marshal himself out. Watch You got your leaders coming up on you guys. You got your leaders coming up on you, Cornwell. Thank you, sir. Rivkin, Cornwell in that back triple into the center for Rivkin. Boyd, my fault, over the rumble strips into the chicane. Boyd's trying to hold on. He's 0.97 seconds behind Rivkin. Then you've got Scott Spear, Richard Lake, 3 and 4. It's Billy Fisher getting it wrong at the beginning there. Rivkin up the hill, down the hill. Boyd up and down the hill, into the back double there. Boyd gets it wrong. That's going to give Rivkin a lot of breathing room. As Rivkin goes through that triple, Boyd into the triple. Watching the rumble strips, it is clear. Thank you, Riley. Rivkin, that mistake by Boyd cost him 4.3. He's still in the 2. He's got Spear coming up on him, though. Everybody's pretty spread out with 2 down, 3 to go. Or 3 down, 3 to go. Watch in the center, watch in the center. That is Scott. That's your third place driver there. Lake not close enough to capitalize. Rivkin is now heading into another zip code. Boyd still in that 2. Spear in the 3. Lake in that 4. Justin in the 5. Leffler in the 6. Billy, Evan, Kevin, Sean rounding out the field. Boyd's about 4.6 seconds behind Rivkin. Right now the race is really between Richard, Lake, and Justin. Billy and Evan, Kevin and Sean on the bottom tier of the race order here. Now Leffler, Fisher, and Fertig as they head into that back triple. That's where your battle's at. Chase managed to pick up a 1/10 of a second, 9/10 of a second on Rivkin that last time. Now he lost it, 6.3. Spear still in that 3. Richard and Justin battling for that 4th spot. Leffler, Fisher battling for that 6th spot. Everybody's got their own little battle they're fighting out there right now. Lake and Justin, where are they at? Oh, Lake got around Justin. That's going to move him into the 4. Justin into the 5. Rivkin still in that 1. Boyd still in the 2. Spear still in the 3. Watch after the back end there. It is clear. That is your 4th place driver there, Sean. Thank you. 3rd place, sorry. About a minute left, guys. Minute 15 left. Rivkin out front. Boyd in the 2. Spear in the 3. Justin in that 4. Richard Lake in that 5.
1 minute left.
Billy got around Leffler, so he's going to take over that 6th spot. Less than a minute to go, guys. Less than a minute. Rivkin out front, commanding lead. 8 seconds ahead of Boyd. Boyd in that 2. Spear in the 3. Justin in that 4, Lake in the 5. That's your running order with 30 seconds left to go. 30 seconds left to go. I don't know what happened there, Cornwell. Leffler, Fertig, though, battling out for that 7th spot. Where are they at? It's about the only battle on here right now. Less than 5, guys. Less than 5. That is time. You will be done when you cross the line. Cornwell, Chase, everybody, you're done when you cross that line. Rivkin's going to take the win on this one. Boyd in the 2. Spear managing to hold on to that 3 spot. Justin in the 4. Richard Lake in that 5. And that is a race. That is a race. Marshals, pick up your blowers, please. Blow off your respective areas.
Thank you, Paul. All right, drivers from Two-Wheel Drive Modified. Turn them off, put them down. Come on back out, find a marshalling spot. Thank you to my volunteer marshals. I greatly appreciate you guys doing that.
Mike Hastings.
Yep. All right, marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. All right, let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Qualifying in the 6th spot, Brady Norman. In the 5, Mike Hastings. In the 4, Bob Goodwill. In the 3, Clint Salter. In the 2, Morris Davis. And on the pole will be Keith Himmelman. We got a 5-car dance. I'll need at least one volunteer marshal after this race. At least one volunteer marshal after this race.
1 minute to the start of the race. Morris Davis.
Once again, Himmelman on the pole, Davis in the 2, Goodwill in the 3, Hastings in the 4, Dorman in the 5. No more laps, no more laps, no more laps. Going to get our cars lined up.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, and with that being said, drivers ready, marshals ready. You guys are going to go at the sound of the tone. And we're locked and loaded. Himmelman leading us out. Davis in the 2, Goodwill in the 3. Watch it out front, guys. Watch it out front. Thank you, Jimmy Leff. Appreciate that. Again, huge thanks for everyone coming out today. Don't forget, we'll do it all over again on Wednesday night with the Power Ginger on the microphone. Himmelman leading out. Davis in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. It's like Hastings in the 4. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. Clear. And after this race, again, I will need these 4 drivers. And I will probably need about 2 to 3 volunteers to help me out. 2 to 3 volunteers for the final race of the day. 2 to 3 volunteers to help me out for the final race of the day. Himmelman on top. Davis in the 2. Goodwill and Hastings going at it for 3rd and 4th. Thank you, Billy. 130 in, 430 to go. 130 in, 430 to go. Keith Himmelman on top. Morris Davis in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. Hastings in the 4. Back out up front is going to be the white, black, and blue of Keith Himmelman on top. Morris Davis in that 2 spot. Goodwill in the 3. The battle starting to shape up between Davis and Goodwill. Up the hill, down the hill they go. Hastings hooking up a pipe. Spear right there to get him. Watch backside triple. Davis getting it wrong. Goodwill now going to find his way into that top spot. Davis doing a 50-50 rail grind. That will be 3rd and 4th working there. Brady, please hold your line. So Bob Goodwill on top. Watch on the backside triple. Thank you, Billy. Drivers got 2:45 in, 3:15 to go. Himmelman putting it upside down. And Goodwill not able to capitalize, but here comes Davis. So 1st, 2nd, and 3rd going up the hill. That is going to be Keith Himmelman being hunted down by Goodwill and Davis. Davis looking to the inside on Goodwill. Goodwill looking to the backside on Davis. The backside triple they go. Davis getting it wrong on the backside triple. They're going to drop off of Goodwill. With 3:10 in, 2:50 to go. Hastings in the 4, Dorman in the 5. Himmelman leading out. Goodwill in that 2 spot. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, Left. Back out of front, still going to be Keith Himmelman in that 2 spot. Bob Goodwill coming away from the driver's stand right about now with the black and white. Davis rocking the all magenta. And I'll need 2 volunteer marshals after this race. 2 volunteer
2 minutes
marshals
left.
after this race. Final race of the day, 4-wheel drive expert, 13.5. Himmelman leading out. Goodwill and Davis. Watch top of the hill, guys. Watch top of the hill. Look at Sean Sanchez go. He must have just piled on a boatload of gummy bears. $1:30 left to go on the master clock. 1:30 left to go on the master clock. It is Himmelman on top. Goodwill in the 2, Davis in the 3. Again, thanks so much for coming on out. Hopefully you guys and gals that were here had a good time today. We'll do it all over again Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Next Saturday. Again, don't forget you got Dirt Oval. If going left is your
1
thing,
minute left. 1 minute left.
is out on Fridays. But more importantly, tomorrow, 12 o'clock, be there. Break the servers of hobby action. That is when your signups go live for your 2024 Desert Classic. Leffler getting so hot, he's got to start shedding skin out there on the track. Oh, don't bend over like that. Paul will get all happy. Under 25 to go, under 25 to go. What? Himmelman and Goodwill getting at it. Let's keep it clean, Bob. With less than 5, it's going to be a race to the line. Who's got it? Who wants it? 2 and 1. Goodwill going to take it. Himmelman grabbed a fistful of throttle into no man's land. Davis in the 2, waiting on 2, waiting on 2. Hastings, you are done. Waiting on 1, waiting on 1. And that is the race. I'll stop. Marshall, go and grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Taking the win, Bob Goodwill. Keith Himmelman in the 2. Davis in the 3. Hastings in the 4. Final race of the day, 4-wheel drive expert. Again, I will need at least 2 volunteer marshals. Thank you, Nils. Appreciate you coming out. You have a great week. Four-wheel drive expert.
Hulk smash. Hulk smash.
Coming at you here.
Jacob Linton. Jacob Linton.
Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots.
I love Jimmy left.
I got Hastings over there. I got Himmelman there. Davis there. Dorman on 2. I need 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals. Roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Qualifying in the 6th spot, Jacob Linton in the 5. CJ Mann in the 4. Jay Heldorfer in the 3. Paul Weir in the 2. Kyle Haney, and on the pole will be Kevin Cornwell. Again, I need 2 volunteer marshals. Anybody out in the pits? I need 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals.
CJ.
2 volunteer marshals, please.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, no more laps, no more laps, no more laps. I got Ashley on 5. I got Chris over here. I need somebody on cone 7. Somebody on cone 7, please. Somebody on cone 7. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Hastings and Stud Hastings. Cornwell on the pole. Haney on the 2. Weir on the 3. Heldorfer, you are way too far forward. There we go. Mann on the 5. Linton on the 6.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Coolness. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Y'all know the routine. Final race of the day, going at the sound of the toad. Nicely done. 6 minute, a main event coming out in full effect. It's Cornwell, Haney, Weir, Linton. Race number 13 on track. Final race of the day. Again, thank you to everyone coming on out. Track will be closed at the conclusion of the race, so mains will be posted about 10 minutes after the conclusion of our event. Cornwell leading out. Paul Weir scolding himself. Haney in the 3. Linton in the 4. Heldorfer in the 5. Man in the 6. 1 in, 5 to go. 1 in, 5 to go. Right now, it is going to be Kevin Cornwell on top. Paul Weir in the 2. Haney in the 3. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. It is clear. Thank you, Morse. Appreciate that. Drivers, you got 2 minutes in, 4 to go. Kevin Cornwell leading out. All silver. Associated 74.2 by timing and scoring. Paul Weir rocking the fluorescent yellow and black. Haney with the green and yellow. Heldorfer in the 4 spot. Man in the 5. Linton in the 6. That'll be leader working with you there, Jacob. Please hold your line. With 2:15 in, 3:45 to go. 2:15 in, 3:45 to go. Back out in front, it is going to be Kevin Cornwell on cruise control. He's got about 2.5 seconds on Weir, but Weir got a rear view mirror full of Kyle Haney. Weir tastes like chicken. So now Haney back up into the top 2. That'll be leader working there, Jacob. Please hold your line. And then Mann and Heldorfer going at it for 4th and 5th. 3 in, 3 to go. 3 in, 3 to go. Kevin Cornwell on top. Coming into the whoop section, Haney. Coming into the whoop section. Weir going through the whoop section. With 3:15 in, 2:40 to go. 3:15 in, 2:40 to go. Final race of the day. Again, thank you so much for everybody coming on out. Cornwell hooking up a pipe. Haney not quite close enough to capitalize. That'll be second. We're there, Jacob. Please hold your line. Heldorfer and Mann going at it for 4th and 5th. Heldorfer hooks up a pipe. Mann tries to go around the outside. So battle royale for 4th and 5th. Cornwell leading out. Haney now 2 seconds back. Now it's going to be 1.5 seconds back for Haney with 4 minutes in, dose to go.
2 minutes left.
Drivers got 1:45 to go. 1:45 to go. Kevin Cornwell leading out. Haney in that 2. Gap was 1.5. This time by 1.1. This time around it's going to be 1.2. We're popping it upside down. With a minute left to go, drivers, a minute left to go. Weir and Haney now going at it for 2nd and 3rd. Weir finding his way around. Haney through the backside triple, they go. Weir puts it up on two wheels. Haney sends it in. Weir to the inside. They bump, they rub, they rub, they bump.
1 minute left.
Even legal in San Francisco. That's what I've been told. 5 minutes in, 1 to go. Less than 50 drivers, less than 50. Haney pushing it sideways. We're going to the inside. With 45 seconds to go, drivers, 45 seconds to go. Cornwell on top. Weir and Haney going at it through the switchback section. Up the hill, down the hill. Backside triple. With 25 seconds to go, 25 seconds to go. Heldorfer in the 4, man in the 5. With under 20 to go, drivers, under 20 to go. Starting to wind this one out with less than 10, drivers, less than 10. Less than 5, we're going to be sitting in the 2. Haney in the 3. With time on the clock, Haney, you are done. Linton, you are done. Kevin Cornwell, you are done. Waiting on 2. Waiting on Weir and Man. Waiting on Weir and Man. Waiting on 1. Waiting on 1. And that is the race. Oh,
race is complete.
stop. Again, thank you so much to everyone coming out today. Hopefully you all had a fun time. That does conclude our